Omo person wo yi wa adwen free so no na me twe wa adwen si so the real estate capture chrono no omo bona omo person wo yi wa adwen free so me twe wa adwen si so quickly enne munim enche ekra ye ho demonstration 6 hotels eye Ghana adwumayo for dias snete for na ehwe so Labadi Beach Hotel, La Palm Royal Beach Resort, Elimina Beach Hotel, Ridge Royal Hotel, Busia Beach Hotel, Trust Lodge. Ye tong yanom omoni papa ya kabo momo tong amano Brian Champon. Minister for Agric, MP for Abetifi, MPP mu chochoro. Enyo no kwa ene enkran cantonments. Eni baby ewe mu ntwe. Parks and Gardens asase e da ho. Parks and Gardens asase that cantonments kona kowe MPP for cheni nyina ton asase no afomo these 2 musketeers they have superintended over the thievery of Parks and Gardens lands and cantonments. Go and check. And then the same Parks and Gardens almost as here upper west region they have grabbed the lands. That is why Kennedy Japan says that these people, they are grabbing like there is no tomorrow. They are so greedy. Pesemin kumunya panya du fripe mi humbi da. Na idi amini Mubutu sesese kumukrasa ano moyeye. Ano moyeye. Ruto wene de ni Kenya. Why you webi? Look, sale of Bostal Institute and Krankra prison. Ewo Roman Ridge heya. And sasi da wo prison lands. Musro nyame o masanswa ton ni nyina. Prison lands. And can hear Roman Ridge or Bostal Institute. Go and check. Ghana Prison Service Barracks. Prison Service Barracks. Down Kwa Circle. Hey, prison barracks in Sasano. MPP for Matoni in a Hasanswafa. Bungalows. A bayadu my 4 bungalows. Kakrake wala boni. Roman Ridge. Cantonments. Airport residential. Akraha. Bungalows in the house. Matoni in a. It's just like Omunya bimpo na nchirimba ababa beto. They've sold all the bungalows. And now call Labadi Beach Hotel. Not only are they selling the hotel, a hotel making profits. Not only are they selling it to a loss-making company owned by Brian Champo. Beach, you know, so Empuanwanwi, and also Yaton, I'm afraid, Blay, MPP, former national chairman. Yaton, I'm on number. Empuanwanwi. So these are what they are trying to hide from you. Never, never let them divert attention from these critical issues. Obobetna komya sumfie ngotwini ombesi eso akomashe yema. Sa dance bi wo se president ma abokoro no a enye newspaper enanka ye de betoto front page anim. Cause amre state institution dia to yensa afre no. Why can't you investigate the man and bring evidence if you have any proof that hotel bi wo baby? He died you in 2020 or say me hotel wo baby amon famra na mon goto e ma o man no. Wenti mi amfa ma. Atrofo ye beto aba masanso asate atro ni biem. This is NDC 360 and we are setting the record straight. Ebape, we will go into our policies. Dear John Mahama and Shesheye no de bana. They don't want us to talk about because omunibi ne policies na boba wo mi ate say dear Jones o aba akoko okojina nipa ni mu a no osun te say akra keto ayaje ne car. Mon first year ne ma me obi ajustia. Uni license u pistia ye de no wakokum nipa. So we are going into the policies. Producer, we won't take any montage. Let's go into the policies. I needed to set this record straight. Na uko te asenu wo baby a anya wa dwe mu kesene ne se no kure bia ewom eyentro eyenkontompo. The story has got nothing to do with John Mahama and the NDC people mentioned in it before come out to defend themselves. Honorable Asaga can clearly afford 133. It's chicken change as compared to the Wimui. Omo abanza has no ton acres. Go to Cantonment and Laboni and go and look at what they're doing. Now, yeah, I catch you say about why you're quite and yantro and yan contumpo and yatim didier. It's about facts, it's about figures, it's about policies. Why ne one share power will be to me? That is it. And this man will be kind will be chere. Into ye begina Ghana for any more, ye de no cre any dear nimkai, and ya hobrasian and your man for casa. Adia ba ko na da Ghana fo akoma so pa ye mmofra enwumasua isan so bad time bia ne bra wo bre ne bra wo bo nyina ne se ne mma benya baby papa agina aso ma me papa oba no ntimi nya baby papa nyina age se ne nwumasua ho enhyehyeye no adim age se sa nwumasua no ho enhyehyeye akora no suku a wo kɔ no etinye dimu ne watimi akɔ school na twa yie wabeye penyimpa, wabeye doctor, wabeye lawyer, wabeye politician, na wetumi ahwe. That is why President Mahama is passionate about education. Today, we are not looking at education as a whole, but just secondary education. His policy on free SHS is clear. Let me make it clear. Free SHS is one of the topmost priorities of John Mahama. Because it is a priority. MPP for Musa. But the person who you so are thrown in other two foot rogu any. Oh, Mahama Baba be free SHS. Omoboa a yantro. Oh, Mahama, it's ya free SHS bill. What is the position? First of all, let me just give you a brief historical background. Komo yedini wa hayani honorable Rikupoku. Mami isi subiem is an sempenyi se abasoba ne mejapai. The facts are simple. President Kwame Nkrumah in 1961 through the Education Act, Section 21, or the free education by Ghana. Kwame Nkrumah na 1967 and a National Liberation Council. Ura kwesi amankwa FIFA eda wonano. Oni Akufo-Addo papa Edward Akufo-Addo. MPP for mu penyimpa omo nana ba ko friend Kofi Abrefa Buzia. Doctor me krom do free. Omo kabo mu muni asoja fo bi tu Kwame Nkrumah ban 1966. By 1967 no man announce say Nkrumah free education no omo mpe omo twem. Enti MPP for omo nana nom ni twa free education no. 1971-1972 budget samre no na Progress Party PP ene tia konwa so Ewura Kofi Abrefa Buzia Prime Minister President no ceremonial president na Akufo-Addo papa Edward Akufo-Addo omo budget a omo finance minister JH Mensah de call parliament okohwemu ehim omo siso kena say free education basic secondary university omo twam tinton time obi an kotua school fees yehwe wanim na yehwe say ohia moane ama scholarship. So 1979, and your papa Jerry John Rawlings, and bro, you cool here. Rockasa or the Benyano Emma or Mampenia Ghana for to obey, you know. Tienye Amamrafo for your third constitution, 1979 constitution, and the free SHS Eshemu, Article 10, comprehensive provisions on free education. It was under J.J. Rawlings, I would say, NDC Abreso, and yeah. From there, 1981 Cuba inti implemented 79 constitution. But in Sri Lanka nyame say J.J. Rawlings ne NDC adaroma 1992 yenya constitution foforo. Eno na ya no Akufo-Addo mo ka say omo nka ho ma ye ntwere isanso omo de omo ya krachefo omo hye coat omo botai omo ni ntos makoni JN ni ko before entimi ntwere constitution. But constitution na ntosufo makofo trotro drivers ya kwatwere ye no article 25 article 38 ya de share ho. It's a basic education. After 10 years of the coming into force of the constitution, yenye free, primary to JSS. Secondary education, yen trem no bi yenye binko. Yenye free kakra. If you are Yamra University, tertiary, then no so yenye free. It is there. And it's here papa ko for 2005. Na breso 10 years no so ye. We started with basic, primary and JHS or yenye free, F cube. Ya papa tamos betwa so. With many social interventions, Obeches in Pabuas, free standouts for basic school children, Obeche free uniforms, Obeche laptops, Obeche textbooks, Obe eliminated thousands of schools under trees. Senebeya, free compulsory universal basic education. Tenio universal, not only free universal, no ebebum. You only achieve universal free education when there is access, and that is what Professor Mills and John Mahama came to do under their first term. Second term of NDC, Papa Mahama Abreso. And also say J.J. Rawlings, Edwiabano. Papa Kofuaba Biguso, Papa Tamos Abigu F cube, no so ne Gina dia. And the SHS name di Mujuma. He launched free SHS. President Mahama launched free SHS. Nipa bebre ni mo ka no bo ashomo. Because MPP4 believes that Udi Tro now repeating for a long time and that is what an MPP4 Tro be about free SHS. Adane wo nipa bebre adwemu. It takes the President Mahama podi onim free SHS one way. But he launched free SHS in 2015. Ekumfi Otuam launched it for all day students in public senior high schools. Samre no mododo obro 320,000. President Mahama, Mobia 2015-2016 academic year, free education will be into a capreba over 320,000. I'll give you the evidence shortly. Owie and oya nhye say me wie day for secondary school nkodo omo ko boarding me pese o me de 120,000 first year for me de omo ka ho na omo so enjoy free education because I'm not secondary schools anymore. Community day senior high schools we fit 124 ase we wie bebre school papa laboratories wo mu buses ka ho na de keka ho. So he wanted to expand the coverage of free SHS from the day students numbering over 320,000 to over 120,000 borders. I said in one dance here, paragraph 109, producer Fatoso. Paragraph 109, 2016 media budget review. Honorable Setekpene present here. Just go and read it. Google, you will see the link. CT4 publish here. Many people publish. 2016 media budget review. Oko Finance Ministry for website. Paragraph 109. I will read it to you. Quote, consistent with the 1992 Constitution, our commitment to make secondary education accessible, especially to needy students, the government initiated the implementation of progressively free senior secondary education in the first term of the 2015-2016 academic year, with 320,488 day students in public senior high schools across the country. The program is to be expanded to cover 120,000 targeted boarding students in the 2016-2017 academic year, unquote. And I'm not sure your phone in so yeah. Because now done said that home. And that is why they approved this budget. MPP and DC approved this media review budget. Because it was clear. Say, yeah, I'm a day for the 120,000 borders. This is in the budget, official government public record. And at the time, IFTs are progressively free education. I said, this is what then opposition leader Akufo-Addo Kafa. To MPP Nina the American was a boy. President Akufo-Addo ejitum said the American no cre. We need dancing in here. Me dancing in Akufo-Addo. Modern Ghana. In fact, they were not the only one who published it. Several portals, but I'm just showing you one. C-Smart 2014. Then Akufo-Addo kai about Mahama free SHS. Mahama's free SHS good news for Ghanaians. Nanado. Was it the 2012 presidential candidate of the New Patriotic Party? Nana Akufo-Addo says the president's decision to implement the free senior high school education in 2015 is good news for Ghanaians and should be welcomed by all. Onwa Nekai, Okano Omai FM, Kennedy Japan station. So, President Mahama ye we and call the borders beka hon. Fofi Antwata and Ghana for Tua Betiano. Inyami be bi aye. Oma penya Akufo-Addo bae in September 2017 obetwaso. Include borders. He didn't start with all borders. He started with only first years. Into also so and progressive na kopem se mfie mi nsechi ebe cover all SHS students. But the hana meko. Say so mampanya Akufo-Addo free SHS na the borders nyina beka ho no. E how bebre ni akwansidie bebre aba ho. Chimato bebre aba ho. Affected the policy. You see abusia policy bi betimi aye good. But the implementation no aban na nhyehyɛ ne yia. Policy no the see and nisunti e de ba ye kra ne nsa ntumi nka. Free SHS is laudable. That is why JJ Rawlings and the NDC provided for it in the Constitution. That is why President Mahama started it. And that is why Akufo-Addo abeto aso a eye de e bo nabaso. And how we want to say ne nhyehyɛ no o ma anye ne is being shambolic. Internet challenges not doso. Ye di kind say Sikasem why ye dear my secondary schools. Because the Akufo-Addo de borders ne ka free SHS ne hono. Wanye sikasem wanye futuo bia ma na anye nsi achi ba ama policy no. No dedicated source of funding. Enti eye frefre kobo. Afi bia so ana ban no tutu na ni hwe bebi obenye sika no de akọ emwa. Eno na de ahokyere bebi abeto awofo ne headmasters so ne akyekyerefoɔ so. Adanya e wasn't yesisi ni bebre. The aban ne beto ye wasn't komoto aso wie. Na ye sukuu ni free. Na ebe ma nipa enkora na dɔɔso wo sukuu mu hɔ. Na ama omu baabi atena timi adidi dining hall. Ometimi asua de classrooms. Baby omu beda dormitories. Baby omu be call prayers ni programs assembly hall. Sa facilities ni nyina no. The Akufo-Addo ya na say ya ni free. Ye nsi bi anka ho. The omo beto ye mpo se president Mahama esi na ye gya bebre aka nwuram bebre kakra bi no mato aso. So that was the problem. And the traffic light aba yesukum akra ba akoko gold na akra ba akoko yellow. Oko school bosomi ba akọ ne fa no abetena fie be bosomi mienu onim da kra obekọ because sika maya ye mie school. Enti nkura ni nyina no na awofo wo so kofa teacher ni ma no kire ne ba classes fee. Classes fee kwa wo tua na nye sika ketwa. Oboka kra ne chemre na na yese school fees wo na yese ye free no oboka mo because of implementation nhihye na ya anye ne ye no. Nkonwa nkura betena so aye bibie wo ho ebi ni ho. Ene uko even a big school like Wege, Wesley Girls. And I heard video na me raho. Your school prefect was speaking. Say pakra nkura ne beda so no mawo marketing kete omu ni bi. Omo da form in their hundreds. Former students any awofo na boabo sika no to go and serve the situation. And na aduane ankura be di. Enwa ye dey. Ukohwe abomu pa ye di agu mo so a eche nkwan. Nkwan no so nsuo gina ha, mako gina ha, ntosi gina ha. Enya me na make a joy news for your documentary, go and watch it. Uko nkwan as a crazy. You think about it, you don't understand. Because ministers here, omo man omo ko cantonment school. Omo ko school akoso GIS ne de. Omo man omo ko school we bi. Mu wi ane de omo ko abrochire. That is what they are feeding our children. And then akwenya admission say or first year SHS. The prospectus on I just okita 100 million. Nyama na meka Kennedy Japan or can UTV. E be 70 million. Titikano 80 million, 60 million. And sana weti nya to turn ho nyema akọ. Ko school ese fa bokiti bra. Fa sekan, fa way. E bua wo fo komu. Na kra ne ma ntimi ntua school fees for which reason aban say me ntua school fees now. School fees be 1,500, 2,000 no. Obetimi anya 70 million, 80 million. Akwa book prospectus on kana. I just okobo besia. And that's besia no nya bi. Musimu over 30-35%. It affected the policy. So what then is John Mohammed's policy on free SHS? Then NDC here can. Kasatinti bebrebe nyina obi sisa Gyamfi. Then amobeye simple. We will improve. Improve the implementation of the free SHS program and enhance the quality of secondary education. Because the President Mahama be free SHS we are coming to improve it. Mebo President Mahama video actually na wan kasa what said assume so the be entro na MPP for edino we say bibiani they are sinking and they think say atronko an ebetimi aboa wo mo we are coming to ye be ye ni ye ye be hihye ni ye ye be ye ni ye na timi asipie sita na wo ba ko free education ni bia wotimi asunya de ye ya kyere na de ye obewie no wetwa kama okọ university I say yes akrai wa ben eno ne ye baba be ye na ka bebreba ye say free education wo so awofo obo classes fee to webra sa nyema ni nyina ne ya betwam. That is what we mean by we will review or improve free SHS. That is what we mean. What does this entail? Dear important ye be President Mahama so oba pe first 100 days headmasters omo dey from which house no awofo PTAs achechrefo ka ho other stakeholders civil society ye nyina ye be ye nhyiamu kese kompanyi si ba ko for chire danfo ena no baba so ma ba to ye nyina ye toato adwene ne afamu aba ne ye hudie ye boa free education a ebetumi ama policy no edimu enye ono nko na adwene no de bebu o man no. That is a visionary but a humble leader. Yebeyesa conference no waka ho asem. MPP for bebe, CPP for bebe, all political parties will be there. Na ye ya enye me bi ebe pie free mu no. Ini. Ye hwe kwan a oman no betumi anya foto sika ebe ye nsi achi ba ma free SHS. Enti schools no ho nkyere omo biem because sika no wo ho. Omo benya omo sika no bra no. Na de wase ye de ye boa mmofra na disua no ene awofo no omo de aye. Ni yekasa ade na ye free are you free indeed. So funding, dedicated source of funding. Sa yellow, green, gold traffic lights double track system no. MY mano, MY. Sebe bua nka no pa na ewia school ye nye free site. Yeah, President Mel say President Mahama ne be try no pa ni school mu. Because a man cry need to be focus on. That is why President Mahama be double track everywhere. Okaso be improve and be review free SHS. That is what he is talking about. Now, how will he do that? E-blocks are come room yebetwaso. Suku adan was ye see classroom blocks don't make trees was ye expanded ye babe. And say bad then see the President Mahama ni din ba ko yimputu nyumura. Ni din ba ko ni nation builder, ni din ba ko ni usi adan Mahama. Suku so see ye bebre to be kind from basic, secondary and tertiary. And that is what he's coming to do. And enya no kwa ye private schools bro ha. E wo Ghana ha. Omo wa adan bebre be free SHS no. Aban na yo mafiri. Se nkra no kra ne enfa omo nko schools na. Omo adan ne omo facilities no omo wo no. Eye papa chen public schools ni bebre. The President Mahama say, wonso ni nipa. Ye de omo beba be ka free SHS no. Na we de na adan e be ka school we de ho a. Na school a wo ye double track no. When you have more classroom facilities, the here say be teacher for bebre. Double track and more jobs for teachers, more jobs for staff in the schools by just adding the facilities of the private schools. Apart from the facilities we will build. Afei enuane a enkra ni nya bi ni na uba be ko school aba obe hunu na wotiti di so na ara ho. The reason is that aban no katasese ne proyenti. Ene ye school hu adua ni nyina no enkan no moto no. Enti nkura omuko school owa omumako omuntos bibia ye to ne nkran. Eba fa stock fo nkran no mo ne disika na ma wo mo. Na omo no apem krofo amoma toto ama headmasters. Omo to aduane ne nko. Omo to aduane no so kura akwa abantua wonka. Eti na da ni problem. President Mahama so oba obi twem. School bia ye disika na usika waduane disika bebrel. E wo beza ho. Nkura bia school a usika ni. Wa region wono mapem aburo, mapem banche, mapem mo, mapem gari, mapem beans, mato. Modi aye adia modi beye. Then apart from that, ye on krani bia omo papa ne oma wofo omo ni bi kura. Ono no school no ye ni free man okra ontumi nko. Because kai sika ode kokra den. En krani bi wo wa ya fan fresh prospectus ko fa we bra mattress ontumi nya. President Mahama said something special must be done for them, targeted. We see a targeted sankra no. Near more special dispensation here or meet me ako. Because if you want me who say and cranny be admission. But because of our prospectus na nyama ne boy denis no. In their hundreds of thousands of Muntiminko school. This is what President Mahama means when he says I will review free SHS. He's not talking about cancellation. He's talking about improving it. Yebe yeni yebe shenema na etimi dim waka, and the evidence is there clearly. Producer, give us that video of John Mahama associations, and he outlined his vision, not all, but part of his vision for secondary education.
The NDC policy of infrastructure development will again be pursued vigorously to decongest the large class sizes. Abandoned infrastructure in the basic and senior high schools and TVET schools, including the famous E-blocks, will receive priority attention under a new NDC administration. The need to review and improve upon the free SHS TVET policy is no longer debatable. And Angel just mentioned it. We are happy we are on the same wavelength with regards to that. It is a must that we look at the implementation of free SHS again through stakeholder engagements to address the numerous challenges and strengthen its positives. It is thus not surprising that you have incorporated it into the document that you have presented us, which I call the Teacher's Manifesto. We're going to mainstream TVET and STEM into all secondary schools. We don't believe that STEM and TVET should be standalone in special secondary schools. We must mainstream them through all the secondary schools. And so in this regard, we will revamp the science resource centers in order that clusters of schools can use those centers. Luckily for us, the E-blocks have 4 laboratories in every E-block. And those laboratories are going to be used for TVET and STEM education. The imperative of the Free SHS Secretariat being supervised by the Education Directorate is our considered view. The Education Service, which is an implementing agency, has the capacity to implement the Free SHS policy. So we do not agree on a standalone Free SHS Secretariat. We think that it must be integrated into the Education Service as an implementing agency. The NDC will therefore integrate the Free SHS Secretariat into the Education Service Directorate and not have them exist as separate entities. I announced to the CHAS representatives last week that we would decentralize the school feeding program and return the responsibility for feeding the students to the school.
And the down, I don't see any. This is the President Mahama we are talking about, that visionary nation builder. Ono dia say eno yeni. Obekai, Emra President for 4 years, secondary education 4 years. From 3 years to 4 years. Abra Wednesday school down back okra. It was Professor Mills and John Mahama that saved the situation by embarking on a rapid infrastructure driver. And crano more from 3 to do form 4. Now dying we didn't get crisis. Inti ene so so be double track a free ho. Obey free SHS ye feeding obe decentralize ya ye ni na chinye waye bida. Waye bida so your friend no aye boafo. And President Mahama will make free SHS better. Do no starting free SHS Kufuado born abaso. This is it. This is it. Mahama's free SHS, good news for Ghanaians. Now we will a president. Here then our council President Mahama no. Oba will be free SHS. He started it and I will born abaso. And through saying MPP for the dada Ghana for. The no year free SHS no to cover 320,488 day students with a plan to include 120,000 borders in 2017. I better on which. So it was for me more be and two futurungueni and you know creda. President Mahama Kasa several locations. He is coming to make free SHS better, simple and short. Now you see, I thought I'd be now Kasa say obiso NDC for mo challenges are more canon. Oh, a Muslim can mo the amanyo 17 are more can opesi to abamamo. So today I want to show you Ghana for mo nya NDC for oma kwadare wo ngumesuemu ebi kura MPP for omo nsemo a oma ka about the state of Akufo-Addo's free SHS. And then there was here and no better John Mahama ni so ade hunu no so. Let me show you some of them. Notable personalities and institutions who have called for a review or improvement of the free SHS policy. Number 1, where Africa Education Watch. You're from EduWatch for short. Omo ye rehwemu we in 2024 year, February 28th, 2024, and a Ghana web publisher on reporting. If you look at this report, dear no more come say because of Chimatoy wo free SHS ni mu ene ama secondary education ne boaye den than when it was even free. This is Africa Education Watch. Almost 194,862 students could not honor their admissions despite free SHS. Ometwa ya form more secondary omentinyanko because of a car. I was a wolf one bo in this time of free SHS. EduWatch and kind of full story now. They call for reforms in a review. NAGRAT, National Association of Graduate Teachers, National Graduate Teachers Association. Ibisa. Achere for moma call suyapo wie omuchiradia. Achere for both NDC for MPP for other political parties in Poem. Listen to what they said. NAGRAT calls for review of free SHS policy. 27th February 2024. In the NAGRAT for also say it free SHS mwana. This is NAGRAT. Graduate teachers. Omuna eda omu jem no munim se decision omofa. They are the ones speaking. NAGRAT. We are not a church for sa omu ekuku no edoso. Ye won NAGRAT and ye won NAT. Ghana National Association of Teachers. We are not calls for dialogue to review free SHS. Dialogue now, President Mahama wants them not called for it. 15th August 2023. NAT. These are teachers. NAT, NAGRAT, African Education Watch. Why is Suni? Omampenye Kufuado ni maminu yaba. Ken Oforiatta, and Chair Yakwano, a finance minister. At the time he made this statement, he was a finance minister. The statement was reported by Manjo Online on 29th July 2022. Latifia Sem is saying, review of free SHS constantly on the table. Oh, Nebeka say, oh, I will phone you or musika, Yamomunti school fees. Now you focus on more munisika. Ken Oforiatta calling for review. I say review of free SHS. Now buying where that table so more join. But they come and tell you outside, say, President Mahamaka say, obey review free SHS will be trimmed. But their finance minister says it is on the table or more join. I will say MPP for see nyatrom. Nyatrom. So na ma yeto obronsam free soro ebeto fam wo. Ipa bia ni wo ye nyatrom. Hypocrisy na no me no. O kan we chese o kwatifi ko hunsu anoma kokode kokoni no ba na afo bebisa. Wo dem e dream review of free SHS no. Obi ka bia o so obi twem. Why are these people like this? Why? You see, Professor Ade, Papa we obi tan this for number 1. Yeah, list not 5. Papa we obeka hobi. Professor Ade, Gimpa University here one crank kakrake on another rector of Gimpa. Penny pa Akufo-Addo appointed no. E Ghana Revenue Authority board chairman na say yen. I say free SHS review must be done immediately 1st March 2024 afia. I say yen is say hey President Mahama obuoni. Ene watamfo kra yi waye. Omo say sad ye wu kan years ago a MPP for that Ghana for say wo betwam no. I was saying this, Professor Ade. I'm one MPP communicators now. Muni medication chain Professor Ade. Obi a wire rector of Gimpa. And you don't know another professor Suni. Professor Ade we Ade no ADEI, former rector of Gimpa. We dey no ADDAE, former vice chancellor Legon University of Ghana. Ono so sumuntie no. Professor Ade mention calls for review of free SHS policy. These are the experts, the professors. The academics and your politics no more de kasa omo kan de wu free say ebeboa ye mofra ebeboa wo man no. Your free SHS is poorly targeted. IMF we kwesi broni ba wo mi master we mu na ba wo mi akọ mo so mo waye no. IMF omo nti ha omo ba ya omo so the president America no eye free SHS no ye hye ni yie a ebetumi aye adwuma yie na eso mfa so no yenya. This is IMF. Former Minister for Information. Bear in mind, at the time he made this statement, he was the Minister for Information. March 21st, 2022. Kojo Opon Kromasem Namike. A+ best friend. Or say government to review free SHS. NABCO others. Enyen kofo no moka say review means cancel. Na President Mahama so be review free SHS so be twem no. Look at Kojo Opon Kroma. We are graphic. Star FM Online. 2022 ton. Because they were going to the IMF for help. No economy na drega. And IMF will be so say na free SHS no. Mo be ye ye to say the president Mahama kana na say monye. So ye be pa. Oh, and so omoba no maba be ditro achiro. And some of you believe them. We dey bomochichie kakraka. Bomochichie kakraka we anya fish, onya pata, bomochichie den chempa danfo. And the free Suasia Beka Chess or then Chema Udi na Chinye. Professor Kwabena Frempong Watian Sem na making. Being Professor or Hakoma MPP ni. Chair no Minister for Environment. Muntie di Okanye. 8th April 2024 ya. Was it free SHS? Every sensible person will opt for a review. Professor Kwabena Frempong Watian. Every sensible. Also nyansani bia. O hwe de free SHS ne kwa. Onne Mahama be ya adwen se yen sachire mu ne yenyine yie na emfa ne ntoma pa infra na mwa ye mofra ne awofo. I can go on and on and on. We asofo mpo kabio Roman fathers. Our friends in MPP saying we must so enemies of progress and they want free SHS cancelled. Heads of Catholic institutions, Roman father for heads of Catholic institutions want review of free SHS fast tracked. This shows what a visionary leader, what a great thinker John Mahama is. They had not caught it. Now all of them have caught it. They are vindicating him. Bishop Palmer Bakel, a man I respect and love so much, as he review free SHS policy, Palmer Bakel tells governments 14th May 2022. And he said, "Your mama ne kan e na mo se muntia. Na grata kan teacher fo aka, na ate fo aka. Roma so fo aka. Pamabaka aka. Professor Ade, Professor Stephen Ade, everybody, vice chancellors obia. This should tell you that what President Mahama has been preaching about free SHS and no never bore me. And ba wo mi ahu kope man, ba wo la ya wo hu. Say who say Ghana for mahu no kre no that Mahama and a wadwen pa wo ba no be free SHS ni ye enti obeso owia policy no ono so akoka bi mohwe City News Room May 7th 2024 ya after so could deliver us an UPSA speech was say more needs to be done to improve free SHS policy. More needs to be done. This is Bawumia wakwa kopem. They say the President Mahama Ekano, and no the other name. I want to. President Mahama, that was a thank you. Obi wo wa beka say, oh, power me pinti. Let me not say it as it is. But say bi uti ya. And now you free ya now kodon Panadol. You are not doing anything about your yare no. Free SHS ne eye but yare. President Mahama or be san yare. No why ni ye. Na wo fu anya so mfaso, enkura anya so mfaso. O men afa ne to mapafra. Now they say the wakofa ba ku bi aba. Who say bloggers see bi oba ba ko me money din to dignify her. Akoye video. Say ye de mre bi aba parliament. Say ye be pass mra age free SHS atum NDC for your CM preso. You know that lady Okasa, you know her. It is not true. MPP for any bibi Kekasa, it is not true. The minority leader, Dr. Casey Latofosen, has set the record straight. And I want to read to you what he has said. And Yano Krumpo said there is any free SHS bill in Parliament. No such law has been put before Parliament. Better than NDC for a law to be passed to back free SHS. It is not true. Listen to what Dr. Latofosen said. In the Twitter handle, so say they claim that NDC MPs are against a proposed free SHS bill is totally false. There is currently no such bill before Parliament. We cannot oppose a bill that we have not seen. For the records, it was the NDC that bet the 1992 Constitution, which provided a legal framework for the introduction of free secondary education in Ghana. Also, it was the NDC that commenced the implementation of the free SHS program in the year 2015 for all day students in public senior high schools, totaling over 320,000, with a clear plan to expand coverage to include 120,000 boarding students by 2017. With the evidence now. Otwaso said, the position of the NDC on the free SHS policy program, as publicly communicated by her flag bearer and leader, is to improve the implementation of the program and address the challenges bedeviling it and through a consultative approach. Thus, the NDC will support any legislation or effort aimed at making the free SHS program better and sustainable. Any.